Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany, and today I'm actually doing my menu planning. So I thought I would bring you all along and just kind of show you the basics of menu planning. It really is not as difficult as I thought it was for like the majority of my life. So we're just gonna jump right into it, and I'm going to start off by showing you these cookbooks that I got. I actually found them at Goodwill. That was fancy. They were still in the plastic wrap, sandwiched together. I got both of them for $3. So this one you can kind of see, I didn't break out the Post-it notes. I just had some scrap paper, so I went ahead and used that. We were sitting and watching TV, and I just kind of flipped through and looked at some of the recipes. This is the Busy Family Cookbook. Super awesome. They are separated. Not like endorsing this, haven't even used it yet, just super excited about it. We are not real fancy eaters. We like hamburgers, chicken, pork chops, that kind of thing. There's a gnat in here. But anyway, this book I was very excited about because, let me show you. And I'm going to pull some of the recipes out of this and cook next week, so I'm super excited about that. But they're broken down into 10, 20, and 30 minutes. Some of them are a little over 30, but you can use this as kind of a guide. And you can see there are tons and tons of recipes for that. So I have just went through and marked a couple, and I have put those. Let me show you how we start. Fancy stuff here. Some people do the printout things and all that stuff. I just enjoy writing on just regular notebook paper. So you do whatever works for you, and that'll be great. I just start by Monday, Tuesday, the days of the week, that kind of thing. If I know ahead of time that, say, on Monday night we're going to have something and it's going to be a lot easier to just grab something out, I'll just go ahead and mark that off. But if you are planning your meals, I don't have my planner over here with me, but it's a good idea to have just your weekly planner, so you have, or monthly, or however far in advance you know your schedule. That way you can use them both together, and it makes everything just so much easier. But anyway, I know on certain days that I can fix certain things depending on whether it's a school night or the weekend. I have a little more, prep time, that kind of stuff. So I start off with that, working that way. And then I'm sorry, I don't mean to bounce back and forth, but I just want to show you all this one real quick. This I haven't even really looked at. It is freezer pleasers. So I want to start doing this in plans of like having everything prepped to where our summers we can spend most of the day outside, not in here trying to figure out what to eat. So that's going to come in handy. So make sure you click that subscribe button, because I'm super excited to try and share these. Whenever I use a recipe out of one of these books, I put the page number so I can reference back to it that way. And I also will write just random, this one's actually called Forgotten Chicken. So I'm super excited to try this one too. It's gonna go on the menu for this week too. But I will write these down, and I have a binder that I keep in the pantry, and I write these down, and then once we try them, if we like them, I put a star on them, or just some type of note so I know that, or I just rip them out and toss them. So that is why I keep the binder. Actually, let me just hop up and show you. So here is the binder that I just kind of use as a growing cookbook of my own. Just like with the other cookbooks, whenever I try those, if we like them, I'll write them on a piece of paper and put them in this, just so I know that we've already tried them and I don't have to juggle all of those books. I can just keep it in this binder. So once you have went through the different recipes that you have and you have made your weekly menu, then I will go over to the pantry and I'll show you all that. Just kind of, actually I'll just pick you up and take you. Okay, So I go to the pantry and I try to keep it remotely organized, like based on kind of sections, sides, soups, canned foods, that kind of thing. I hope y'all can see that. Okay. That way I know pretty quick what I need to grab at the grocery, and I can just add it to the list, and I don't have to worry about getting too many of the same things. And a lot of times we'll have enough stuff in here to where I can kind of throw something together pretty quick. So there's that. And I try to keep a written type sheet that just has the basics of what we have as far as canned foods, box things, soup mixes, seasoning packets, that kind of thing. So whenever I have all this laid out so I can go through, and it's just so much easier whenever you know exactly what you have versus exactly what you need. That way you're not like overspending at the grocery. But like I said, doing all of this today, and I'm going to take y'all with me. We're going to do a quick grocery run, and once you have kind of built up your pantry staples, the grocery shopping is not that intense. Because I'm not a shopper, I don't enjoy going to the grocery store without a plan and just walking around aimlessly for hours trying to decide what am I going to eat, what am I going to fix, what do we need, and trying to just remember everything that I have in the refrigerator and the pantry. So that's why I write all of that stuff down. And if you don't want to write it down, I have also just like, once everything's kind of organized, I just take a picture on my phone. So that way I know without a doubt what's in the cabinet, because my main focus this year is, I say this year and we're in May, but I want to try to just be intentional about everything. I want to not be wasteful. That's my goal. I absolutely despise getting in the refrigerator and finding things that are expired because I've either forgotten about them or they've just got pushed to the back, and the goal is to just not have that happen. So anyway, that's just a quick little insight as to how I menu plan. It doesn't have to be overly complicated. Sometimes you can just do it on your lunch break at work. Like I said, I looked through that while we were just watching a TV show. Whenever the commercial comes on, I just kind of glance through. It's once you start doing it, it makes everything so much easier. So we're going to pack up and head to the grocery. So we just left Walmart. I have found, I don't know if it's an age thing or just a money conscientious thing or whatever, but on the tags, and I showed you all that as I was going through, it shows like how much it is, like per serving or per ounce or whatever. And I try to notice that because there was one item that the Great Value brand wasn't that much cheaper than the name brand. So unless you are just like very brand loyal, and I am not, I go more with, there are some things that I like generic, some things I won't sway from, but I'll give about anything a shot. But definitely give that stuff just a second look, just to make sure that you're getting the most value for your money. I feel pretty good about our purchases. We made, I stuck to my list about 95%. I only got a couple of extra things, and I only grabbed a pack of bacon because a pound was like $5.77, I think's what it was. It's very, very important. If you do not already, my mom like stressed this to me for years and years and years, to have like most of the pantry staples, so you don't have to make like insane shopping trips every time you go. And I wish I would have listened to her so many years ago. So it takes me a while, but I finally get it. But I'm going to finish this up and get home, get the groceries put away, and probably call it a night. So thank you all so much for coming along. I can't wait to show you all some of the meals that I prep out of the books, because I'm super excited about that. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and join our little part of the internet. I would love to have you. Thank you all so much, and I can't wait to see you right back here next time.